Lurking deep in the shadows come the Russian army. That's right. They're here, making their first appearance in this tournament. They had a bye week last week, coming in to this undefeated. Yeah, I guess you can't say much for their record. It's 0-0. They haven't played yet, but here comes their first matchup. And they are going to be taking on their big-time rival, Sweden. Man, this is going to be a fight to see. Look at all these Swedish forces. They're just massed up. So much men. This is going to be an epic fight. I can feel it. Of course, this is our 4v4 multiplayer tournament. Nation versus nation. For who will be the best of the best in Empire Total War? Which nation will be the best? It's going to be a long season to figure it out. We're only in week 2. We got 13 weeks in this season. Whoever gets the best record is obviously going to have a good chance to get to that championship game. So let's get to it. Russia getting some units up on the hill, but Sweden is taking it in force. Russia is kind of slowed down, but yeah, look at all these Swedish forces back here. They're taking this high ground, and they mean to keep it. Russia, they're kind of backing off back here. You got to go in with all your men. Their guards are back there in those woods hiding and resting, cooking some sausages. Yeah, they're just camping it out. So we'll see if that affects them. Look at all these units coming at them. They are going to have some struggles keeping these 3 units in. And, you know, look at this. Where they set out, you can see this little bump in the ground here. That's going to block their shots. You can see as we traverse this land that it kind of takes a dippity dive down. And then you can see the Swedish militia back here, as I'm sure the Russians are looking to volley into them, and yes they are. So they're going to be mostly hitting the dirt here. They're not going to get too many successful shots off from that spot. This is a spot a lot of people don't know about. I'm giving you one of my secrets here, guys. This is a spot that really, if you understand your terrain in these maps, it can make a world of a difference. You don't want to shoot the ground. Alright, setting up here in the center. You can see the rifles of the Sweden taking those woodland, and that's going to give them a nice and secure location. Down here in the center, Russia's setting up behind stakes with their rifles. Down here, they don't care about setting up behind stakes. They're ready to just get after it. Got some Siberian hunters taking the field. Doesn't seem like it's that cold out today, but apparently these guys come prepared for any type of weather. They're just chilling out. Some just hanging out. Alright, Sweden, what you got for us? They're coming out to see about taking this ground, but yeah, all those Russians hiding back there, not good. The rest of these Russian lines, they've already taken some damage here. Got one of them down to 84. That's not going to be good for you. Look at them. See, they're all grouped up here, and you can see all the Swedish forces are in, have their army together, where Russia has just 3 lines. You got to go and force if you want to take this hill. Otherwise, you're going to have to skedaddle. At least they are getting close to the rest of their army. Do got a couple light infantry getting some shots off on militia. Yeah, hiding out in the woods. Got a couple, only 20. Not really effective shots there either. Got a little bit of damage behind. But over here, Russian players wisely waiting for the Swedish lights to come out of the woods, knowing that shooting into those woods, you're not going to get really great shots. And you being in the open ground, you're going to get your butt shot. So not wise. The same thing with this player. Smart enough to know you can't go up there and shoot into the woodland. you're not going to get too many kills. So if you go to take the woodland, you got to go in force, just like Sweden's doing. Now, look at Sweden taking this ground. They're really meaning to make a push here. You can see the force behind their move with their guards leading the way. I don't think I would lead with the guards, but and the superior line. You don't want to take damage with them, especially with their dapper little hats. Got the militia shooting the hill. I guess trying to shoot this Russian line over here. Alright. All's quiet right here in this front right now, but look at this. Swedish center player is moving some men up the hill. So this is interesting. He's reinforcing his ally here. And it looks like they're maybe wanting to make a force off that hill. We'll look at that in a minute. But down here, not a lot happening. But it looks like Sweden is also making a push on this flank as well. Pushing back these Siberian hunters down to 39. So they lost 21 men. Let's see what damage they did. It doesn't look like a lot, so maybe they weren't shooting them. Got the rifles down to 37 for the Siberian hunter. What's that all about? Russian line rifle over the... Okay, so here's the thing. I just noticed this. So the Russian player down here has rifles and Siberian hunters. So they actually broke the rules. It is actually supposed to be 2 light infantry max. They brought 4, 2 Siberian hunters and 2 riflemen. Now, this is a friend of ours, so I think he's not used to playing as Russia. He's not too used to it, so I think he just made a mistake, but we're letting it slide. Everybody voted to let it go. So here we go with this fight with these coat-wielding Siberian hunters getting some shots off in that militia. Center is still quiet. Over here, still quiet, but you can see the force is bulking up on the hill here, looking to make that push. The rifles getting some shots in, getting shot back by the line infantry. We got the rifles in there in a risky position, but the Swedish lifeguard looking to take some shots in these lines. Very wisely get the hell out of Dodge, because that Swedish lifeguard would tear it apart, being these 2 lines. All right. Now, they're starting to really take the slope of the hill. So you can see the goal here of Sweden looks to be that they're going to force off of this hill, going down the slope this way into the Russian player to push him back here, while this player is probably going to try and sweep them back this way. And we'll see how that attack goes, because it looks like they're really raring up for that attack. They're at least thinking it. All right, so here we go. The Russian and Swedish rifles are exchanging fire and in the open ground. Now look at this. Sweden coming after him over here. Got quite a few units. Looks like Sweden has more units to bear in this, but there's a lot of guards here. The stake line is blocking some shots. You can see him hitting the stakes every so often. There are some shots going in, but you see those shots hitting the stake line? So that's going to minimize the damage and blow through ammo. And also they're shooting into the woodland, so that's going to minimize damage as well. So we'll see how this goes, but Sweden is bringing a much more superior fighting force here. Got some shots in with the light dragoons. Nicely done. All right, over here things are still pretty quiet. All's quiet on this front. Meanwhile, back at Kansas, we got some hussars ready to go. Some light dragoons coming down to help their ally, because they actually routed one of the Swedish units off over here. So we'll see what happens. Russia's starting to bulk up this flank. Going up, but they're only going up with a portion of their force. Let's see, they got 5 units forward. They're going to be taking on, it looks like 4 Swedish units, but they're backing off. But they also have the light dragoons backing them up. You got to go in with all your forces, but, you know, the Russian lines, you got to spread them out. All right, so here we go. Still getting some shots in by these Siberian hunters. Looks like the Swedish rifles are shooting their fellow mates in the back right here. Shooting some Grenadiers in the back too. I guess they're trying to encourage them to get in a fight. Get in a fight, mister. And it's working because some of the Swedish units are starting to come forward, as are the Russians to meet them in the field. And up here, it looks like Sweden's getting their dander up as well, as the center player is moving out. But let's take a look at this, because it looks like the action's going to heat up. Look at all these guards over here in their second line. Got all kinds of guards. We got the Simonovsky, some line, everything. Russians got a variety. And the Cossacks are going forward. This does not look like a good fight for the Cossacks to be getting into, though. At least they're bringing one line, but that's still a losing situation. It looks like, speaking of losing situations, Sweden's just got their 4 units, and one of them's a militia going up against 6 Russian units. Not a wise policy here. Only a few of them are really getting shots, and the stakes are blocking a lot there from those Simonovsky. Otherwise, they'd be doing a lot more damage, because you see the damage just sitting that severe. Sweden's going to back out of that. Got to push over that stake line with these Simonovskys, so you're not wasting that ammo right there. So we'll see what happens. Meanwhile, the Russians are shooting their men in the back now too with their rifles. Everybody's trying to encourage their men to get forward and get in a fight. The Russian line getting a volley in. It's looking pretty sweet. Cossacks here getting blasted by all these units. Look at them all. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, and up against 3 units, and well, actually 4 line. But they're about to lose one of them. One of those Cossacks about to go bye-byes. Here come the Swedish Light Dragoons in. And we all know they pack a punch with 75 men. They get an additional 15. Might have to push them a little bit more forward. I don't think they're going to get a shot in there. They might be a little bit too far back. But we'll have to see. Well, I guess the general came forward. He's wanting to oversee what's going on. The Swedish Light Dragoons to get a shot. Take out some of their general's bodyguard. I guess it doesn't pay to get too close to the battlefield, Mr. General. And looks like the fight is not looking well for these Cossacks. One of them got in a melee and got promptly sent to the house. And as far as these other Cossacks, they're just taking some damage and letting the guards back there take some residual shots as well. But the Russians are moving up. They do have a little bit of an advantage here, but on this flank, obviously Sweden's got an advantage. So we'll see how that fares. 1 Simonovsky and 2 lines versus all those super lines. You got to use that Simonovsky really good to really make that effective, because that's a lot of firepower for just that 3 units to take on. Over here, looks like Russia's getting kind of semi-weeded down there, but we got some Light Dragoons coming forward. See if that helps their case. And we got a fight up here, ladies and gentlemen. We got a fight. It's getting hot and heavy over here, as you see the Russian rifles getting some shots in on the Swedish here, whittling them down like they're a nice whittling project. And you can see here Sweden has pushed off the hill and has occupied this whole ground, and has pushed these all the way up to where those Russian guards have been kind of camping out the whole battle. And other than that, the whole battle is starting to really take a tremendous step. Look at this dismounted Light Dragoons. I love it. I love it. They can really do some damage. And over here, Sweden, you see, they're really starting to use that woodland to the advantage over the Russians. Even though they lost 2 of those lines, those Light Dragoons now have nothing for the Swedish to back them up. Russia's got all these guards. They got to get these Light Dragoons back, or they're going to get some serious damage taken. And over here, though, Sweden's done really well, as I would have expected. Over here, it's quieted down quite a bit, as you can see all the carnage that's taken place thus far. But we got a little lull down on that side. But it's heating up with the grenades. They promptly charged that Grenadier. We got one Russian line routing off, as the Swedish light dragoons did charge into the other dismounted light dragoons. Here come the guards, baby. Here come the Russian guards, and the Russian Grenadiers getting the throw. We got Grenadiers going off everywhere. Let's see what happens. Woo, boy. That was a devastating hit. Let's see if they get some more in on them. Trying to move forward because they wiped out the whole front of their formation. Sweden does run out. Let's see if we get any kills on that. Doesn't look like it. Just a lot of grass getting mowed. Mowing down the grass, if you will. I guess the Russian Grenadiers want to stay after it. We'll see how much damage the Russian Grenadiers get. Here comes a volley. Lobbing those grenades to see. Ooh, boy. Yeah, that took a small part. Not a lot. But it did take a little bit of them down. Let's see if we get another throw. Here it comes. Going rapid fire grenades. This is going to be devastating. Oh, God. Taking him down. He's out of there. They did not like those grenades, did they? All right. Here comes another throw, but Sweden is getting the hells out of Dodge. All right, let's take a look down here. The light dragoons holding this flank. Russia's really starting to whittle down here. There's not a lot of them left. Sweden light dragoons, you saw just as they jetted out in the corner. We'll take a look at that in a second. Just checking the status of these units here. Really taking some damage, Russia is. But look at these light dragoons. They're starting to really hammer this flank. All these units bulked up here. They got to get in a fight. They got to get in a fight, but you got to go in mass. Either that or you got to start shifting center, because the light dragoons are shifting down on you, and it's not going to be a good way. Sweden's got to get these lines forward. This disruption is happening, and you got to take advantage of it. And Sweden does move forward, but I don't think they move forward enough. You got to get over those stake lines. Get up on in there. Get some shots. You got them disrupted. You can get up close and really take the dander to them right there. But they don't, and they're taking distant shots. The closer you are, the better the accuracy. They could be shooting these squares. They got to get these light dragoons out of there. They already disrupted them. Get them out of there. All right. Now, it looks like the light dragoons of Sweden. Man, the light dragoons of Sweden are everywhere. They back charged the light dragoons that were dismounted. Routing one of them out, but we got the guard cheval of Russia making an appearance. The heaviest of heavy cav here, ladies and gentlemen. The guard cheval, the creme de la creme. They are one of the most devastating guard calves out there. But look at this. The Russians have gotten their hiney spanked over here. There's only a few units holding this flank of that whole Russian army. So of all those, I don't know, 20 some odd units, there's only a few of them left. And you can see how many Swedish units, and they even are reinforcing the other Swedish player over here. So Russia is folding back in the center. This Russian player, he can't keep pushing backwards. He's got to go to the center so that his ally can be reinforced. Over here, it does look like Sweden has thinned out. All right. Russia's taking a pretty good hit there. So Sweden's really taking some advantage. I don't know how well this is going to go, but Russia's got to spread out. Get back to the center. The two flank players are letting themselves be exposed, separating off their army. Looks like we got a little hussar charge and Russian line being reinforced from the player in the center over here. Look at all these Russian units coming upon them. All right. Not many of these Russians left, as you can see. Not many over here either. They are getting whittled down. The riflemen have been charged by a light dragoon. It's going to spell doom for him. So this Russian player is going to have to give more ground because obviously he's taken on too many units. So he's going to have to force back towards his allies down here. And as he is already starting to reinforce, and look at the hussars, man. They are getting after it. Really starting to help turn the tide here for Russia. Let's see how well that goes down. And the Russian lines in here with melee with the Swedish units. It's time to start bringing them down. Maybe you can really go after these Swedish players down here. Sweden has lost the center, but they're winning this flank fight pretty convincingly. But you can see the rest of it over here on the top is not going well for Russia. Looks like they're going to mount their light dragoons back up on the horses. And over here, the cards for the Russians are really getting some licks in, but they're really taking their thumps as well. Thump, thump, thump. There's only 3 of them left. So of all those units, now this Russian player is down to 3. The last 3. The 3 amigos. They're shooting the hill, these guards are, versus that militia. And it looks like all these lifeguards of Sweden is going to come over and top off this guard while he's trying to shoot the militia, mostly firing at hill. So yeah, this is not going to go well for this Russian line. And he was a mostly full strength unit, and he's not going to get many kills out of it. In exchange, over here, not much happening, but the Russian player from the center, now that the center is won, is trying to reinforce his ally who is under a lot of duress. You can see here he's been whittled down quite a bit, and he is staying in this fight. He should probably fall back or move back into the center to his ally or allies that are left. But the Russian rifles are now free from that general, so he can come over. Look, the hussars have come. They're coming. The cav is coming. The cavalry is coming. We're going to see if it can help turn this fight over here, which is looking bleak for Russia at the moment. Coming down full speed. Russian Simonovsky's got to get up in there to help his ally. All right, here we go. They're going to get into these rifles. Russian hussars do look sweet. And they get smack into those rifles. It's going to put them down. They were low anyway, so that's good. It's going to get them off the battlefield. And it's going to encourage the ally over here to help force down on the Russian on the flank. And here we go. This will help cause some disruption to get these units from stop firing. Help give some relief to these Russian units on the flank. We desperately need it. Here we go. Right in the back. That guy just got jigged up. Got yeeted all the way across the battlefield. And over here, things are taking a dire turn. As you can see, our Russian ally at the top has only gotten 2 units out of that fight. Over here does look like the Russians are starting to get some better out of it, but they gotta get this fight over with, because they need all of these men that they can spare. So they really have got to get rid of the Swedish person down here before he whittles down this unit. And you can see he's already depleted. And these units are needed desperately in the fight up there because there is too much to take on. You got to get these guards down there in this. What is this? The guard cheval is on the way. They're coming. The Russians are coming. The Russians are coming. We're going to see it. That guard cheval can play a part in helping to really solidify getting this fight down here finished off. It's coming through the woods. Here come the light dragoons. All right. Here come the guard cheval. They're already here. They're coming through the woodland. Are they going to get the general? He's tied up with a liner. I think he's going for the bulk of the units here. Really needs to smash that in him. He's going to get it in there. They're single formation. It's even a superior line, and they just smash him. He routs him immediately. Oh, man. Look at this. Now he's smashing into the next unit and the next unit. This is going to cause all of them to really buckle under. They're already depleted. This guard unit, or guard cav, look at this, wavering them. I mean, the guard cheval is, jeez. I mean, that charge bonus they get, and the light dragoons coming in here, popping them and getting a charge is just going to really help knock these guys out of here. So you can see how deadly Cav can be late in the game, especially a really good guard charge, a guard Cav charge. But you can't just throw them away needlessly like so many people do. Look at this, they're routing them all out. A chain reaction, blinking like Christmas lights. Look at that. But up here, it's not looking so good for Russia. It's not looking very good. Look at all these units flanking over here. We got one Russian guard over here popping off shots, not really getting too many kills, mostly shooting dirt. Got the Russian rifles taking out another line infantry. But on a good note, they are going to take out all these Swedish units, but they are still getting some kills in on us. That's right, I am one of the Russian players. I'm the one with the green flag. All right, here come the rifles up to assist their ally. And here come the Russians leaving this fight. They don't have enough to hold this and too many long-range units. And also the guards flanking them means they have to give this ground. So they duck down here in this little crevice and hopefully get back towards their allies. Hopefully they can make it down there. Now they do have Cav against them. And remember, the Cav is down here assisting to finish off the Swedish player, which is now, ladies and gentlemen, finally happened. So Russia is going to reunite. But is it going to be too little too late? That's the question. Or can they unite and possibly, somehow, possibly get a win out of this? We'll see. We will see. This Russian line just got a shot off. Let's see. Gunny died. General Leo died. This Russian line. Let's see if he gets another round off before he gets bit adieu. He's taking some shots already. The woods are helping him. There he goes, reloaded, getting a shot off. Probably going to be his final one. He's already 40 men, losing more. There goes another one. Very dramatic. Very dramatic death. All right. The Russians trying to get out of there, and they getting Cav charged now. Sweden getting aggressive finally. Finally, a Swedish player getting aggressive, taking some really devastating Cav charges on him. You can see the Russian players all starting to get together, but it's getting too late in the battle. Those charges were devastating. That was almost a full unit of guards, now down to 77. You can see here they are routing off some Swedish units, but losing their own as well, and they can't really afford to take the losses like Sweden can. You can see here there's just quite a bit. But, I mean, this battle is fairly close, to be honest. We'll see how much closer it gets as the Russian guards look to take it to them. Here's the guard Cheval on this flank, trying to rest up a bit before he goes in the charge on the left flank. Here go the guards, getting some shots in. Luckily, Sweden readjusts here. You know, you got to get set and get shooting when you're up against guards, because the longer it takes you to set, the more men you're going to lose, and that spells doom for you. And they're finally starting to get some shots off in. This Russian guard, he's been getting shots in on this lifeguard, taking him down. Now, they're going to die here in a second, but they are ripping through some shots. Got a full volley off before they rout. And you see these guards ripping through the shots, trying to knock out all these lines here. And here come the Guard Cheval once more, trying to do their due diligence. This unit is starting to waver already in preparation of their demise as they smash into him, and that's going to send them home. The Swedish are going to countercharge with their infantry, or they're squaring up. But that, you know, that's the thing. You know, those guard cav, the really good guard cav, can bust through some of this square formations. They can even break them. And you can see the Russian light dragoons tried to hold off the Swedish cav, but they just got shot. There's just too many Russian cav. And look at the guards. See, the guards really turning the tide over here. But once these Russian light dragoons die, that's going to be it. Man, the Guard Cheval really taking it to the Swedish over here. Still alive. Still stabbing people. I think he gave that guy a haircut. Just gave him some off the side. That guy just went through his legs. All right. We're whittling down. Last Light Dragoon is about to rout. He's only got 24 men left. And he's getting tag teamed like nobody's business. There's just so many depleted Russian units. And the Swedish just have too much here. I don't think they have enough to try to come back from this. So we'll see here. It is pretty close though. But now that the Cav for Sweden's free, this is going to be a GG. Russia's going to end up losing this, ladies and gentlemen. They're starting the season off 0-1 in this week 2 match. Coming off their bye week, they start off the season in the wrong direction against their rival Sweden. Sweden finally getting their first win of the season in week 2. Yep, they needed this win. And what a sweet win it is against a rival like Russia, is it not? All right, so this is a great match. Appreciate all of you for joining along for this match. I did enjoy it. Hope you did as well. And don't forget, this is our 4v4 tournament on the Finland map. And it's nation versus nation. And it's going to be 13 weeks of this. So we're only through with week 2. This is the last matchup for week 2. And week 3 will be coming shortly. Hope you guys are excited. It's going to get good. All right, we will see you on the next video, my friends, in preparation for week 3. See you then.